What's going on, guys? So I've been seeing more and more of these. What would you like to see ported to the Switch? As you can tell behind me, I haven't gone and gotten the fucking shit to make up the bed. It's procrastination, but also the fact that I downloaded State of Decay, uh, part one or year one, whatever the fuck they call the first one, and I've been playing it to get ready for State of Decay 2 because I have decided Xbox Game Pass, all around better value. I understand PlayStation fanatics, calm down. You have access to 600 plus titles on PlayStation Now, yet you motherfuckers are not even subscribed to it. So before you push that shit on me, realize that over half of y'all motherfuckers that have a PS4 don't even subscribe to it. I'm literally not making that up. But also, I want you to think about this. Xbox is only asking for $10 a month, while PlayStation has the audacity to ask $20 a month. Think about that. Let that seep into your brain. Xbox is asking for $10 a month. You can download the game to your hard drive and play it whenever you want to. You can delete it, get rid of it, get you another game. In fact, you can download all the titles that are available on Game Pass right now, and it'll be on your hard drive. You don't have to worry about streaming. You don't have to worry about your caps. None of that. It'll just be on your hard drive. Or you can pick and play whichever ones you want to, and it's $10 a month, 120 a year. That is cheaper than the streaming service of PlayStation Now. I get that they have over 600 titles, but are you really telling me that you're going to play all 600? Are you telling me you're going to be able to do that? Stop lying to yourself. Stop lying to me. It's also about $50 per 3 months with PlayStation Now, and with Xbox, it's only $30. You're saving a lot more money with the Xbox versus the PlayStation. Common sense will tell you that with me, I'm going to go with Xbox. Not just because I like the Xbox, I prefer the Xbox. I have a PS4 sitting in front of me. I've showed off my PS4 controller in the past couple of videos. Here it is one more time. My PS4 is back home. If you've been paying attention to my channel, I've been playing Horizon Zero Dawn. I just uploaded a video last night. I was thinking of streaming more of it tonight. I'm off for the next couple of days. If you've watched my previous video talking about why I got sent home on my day off after being called in, then you understand. Now, I'm also thinking about picking up the Uncharted Lost Legacy today when I go out and mess around and all that good shit. So I might start streaming the Uncharted Lost Legacy to add that to my collection as well. Now, that being said, um, what do I want to talk about? The whole thing. This video is already 3 minutes in. What do I want to talk about? What do I want to actually talk about? I want to talk about the Nintendo Switch. First of all, Wonder Boy. Wonder Boy will be released upon the world. Physical copy. Nicholas, you guys are amazing. I love you guys. You should get at me, Nicholas. Just holler at your boy. I love you guys. I love to, just talk to you guys and, fucking, just find out what you guys plan to release on this system so I know when stuff is happening, because you guys release amazing content and I only buy your shit on the Nintendo Switch, and I'm sorry if that offends you the way I say that, but that is the only thing I buy it on. I buy it on Nintendo Switch. Everything you have, I have all your games on Nintendo Switch. I cannot wait for Wonder Boy to release on the Nintendo Switch so that I can get my hands on this game. I don't buy digitally because it's the Nintendo Switch. These things are tiny. Why would I buy digital content of this Switch? These things are tiny. And as you can tell right here, it's two of your, well, sorry, two of your games right here. Ignore the Sega 5. Two of your games right here. I thought I had that in order, and it was in order. Arms. My bad, I'm trying to, okay. So I picked up two of your games right there, so you should know, bam. Pretty big fan of your games. I've actually played your games more on the Switch than anything else. But people were talking about what they would like to see ported to the Switch. Now, I myself have a list of games that I would love to see ported to the Switch. And I know you're thinking, why would you like to see ports? You don't like the PS4 that much because of how many ports there are on it. The reason I don't like the PS4 and how many ports it has is because of the uh, how do you say this the right way? Because the PS4 has no reason to have that many ports. We're talking about Sony and Microsoft here. And they both were disc-based systems previously, whereas the Nintendo Switch is not disc-based. There's no backwards capability with the Switch. So having all these ports on there could be a great thing because, again, we went from disc-based media with the Switch to cartridge-based media, which is right here. So I can let that slide. You see what I'm saying? Whereas with the PS4 and the Xbox One, there is no reason that I shouldn't be allowed to plug in a PS3 disc into my PS4. That should be able to happen. But they didn't do that. And that's why it gets on my nerves when I see, oh, you can play a copy of God of War 3 on the PS4 if you buy the remastered version and pay us $60 more. That's what gets on my nerves. So, do I want to see ports on the Switch? Absolutely. Okay? But not all games need to be ported. I have a list of games just like everybody else does, and those games are, I would love to see the Darksiders, both 1 and 2, and maybe even get these guys to make another Darksiders if these would sell great, because Darksiders to me is a really good game. It's a good franchise. I enjoyed the first one. I enjoyed the second one. I would love to see Star Wars The Force Unleashed 1 and 2 get put on a Switch because I love Star Wars The Force Unleashed. I tweet out every month or every couple of weeks. Or I mean, it's not happened in a while, but when they released The Force Unleashed on Xbox free games for the month, I started back with the Force Unleashed 3 needs to happen tweet because I really wish there was a Force Unleashed 3. I really loved the Force Unleashed. I really played the Force Unleashed 2 back when it was on Nintendo Wii, the original Wii, and I really loved both of those games. They were so fun. I would love to see those games end up on the Switch. Same thing with Darksiders. Darksiders 1 and 2. I love both those games. Those games were so much fun. I am downloading the, what do they call them? Death Definitive and War Master or some shit like that. They got a special way of saying those games. I'm downloading both of those because they're both on Game Pass right now. Just so I could play them again. You know, I would love to see both those franchises see their way over to the Switch. One thing that I would love to see, just like everybody else who has a Switch, and if we could start a movement with the hashtag on Twitter, that'd be great. For Blizzard to pay us attention, which is Overwatch. Overwatch needs to be ported to the Switch. We need to get Blizzard's attention. Everybody who has a Switch, we need to figure out a way to start a hashtag movement to grab the people at Blizzard's attention to get this game to the Switch. This game needs to be on the Switch. I know a lot of people have been talking about Overwatch and how they wish it was on the Switch and how it needs to be on the Switch. I don't think Blizzard understands how bad the Nintendo Switch community wants this game. I myself have been wanting this game pretty much since I bought my damn Switch. I've literally been like, okay, Overwatch needs to happen. It needs to happen. It needs to happen. Come on, bring Overwatch. Bring it over here. You know what I mean? So if we get like a hashtag movement going for that to happen, that would be great. But I know my channel is very, very small. But we need to make that happen. Like hashtag Overwatch, Switch Edition MIA or something like that. You know, MIA standing, of course, for Missing in Action. But um, I don't know if everybody got in on it. That would be great, but I doubt anybody will get on it because, like I said, my channel is very, very small. So you have the Darksiders, the Star Wars Force Unleashed. You got Overwatch. I of course would also like to see um, Xenoblade Chronicles X make it over to the Switch, but that is my personal thing because I mean they've already transferred and have plans to transfer a lot of Wii U games to the Switch. And Bayonetta 2 is already going over, and my reason to keep the damn Wii U is shrinking every day. The fact Bayonetta 2 is already going over there, um, and I have a copy of Bayonetta 2. I'm like, okay, if they get, I have, look, this was my original copy. I wasn't buying a Switch. I originally was going with this. And then I was like, you know what? I'll buy a Switch. I bought the Switch, bought Breath of the Wild on the Switch, and I played and beat Breath of the Wild on the damn Switch. I did start playing this game on the system, but I never beat it. On this, it's not even in here because it's in the Switch. So, um, I'll say they do need to port, of course, Twilight Princess HD, the Wind Waker HD, just so I can be like, hey, my games are there. They do need to figure out a way to set up the eShop transfers so you can transfer the Wii U games over. Excuse me, that would be great. Because then I can just transfer my eShop games over to the Switch. Because there's not really any way that those games were affected by the dual screen. I only had Breath of Fire and Zelda Wind Waker HD. That was it. Those were the only eShop games I had. I didn't really spend a whole lot on Wii U because I bought physicals. I still want Resident Evil 7 to show up because Capcom was talking about it when it first launched. So Capcom, bring me Resident Evil 7, I'll buy it. Still waiting on my Assassin's Creed. I don't care which one. I prefer the second one. So if the Enzo trilogy showed up, I wouldn't be upset. I would actually buy that. I know a Call of Duty will eventually show up. I've said this several times. Call of Duty can show up on the Switch and I won't be mad. I'll actually buy it and play it. If it's Black Ops 4, which they've already said Black Ops 4 is this year's Call of Duty, I'll buy it. I would prefer Declassified just because I feel like Declassified didn't get any love or any respect that all the Call of Duty seemed to get on the major systems, and that game was on the Vita, and that's the reason it didn't get any love. But I could use like a Modern Warfare 3 port. That would be nice. Um, I would like to see Mad World from the Wii. That'd be nice. Mad World was insane. That was a really weird game. I would like to see the Conduits. If you had a Wii, you knew what the Conduit was. I would love to see the Conduits make a comeback, man. Conduit, I've been wanting to see Conduit 3 come out, man. Fuck, Conduit needs to make a comeback, man. Bring the Conduit from the Wii back. Please bring the Conduit back. Bring it to the Switch. Bring the Conduit to the Switch, because it was like Nintendo's answer to Halo. And if you bring the Conduits to the Switch and it sells well, maybe we can get a third one. Right now, those are the only games that I really even care about. You know, we're getting a lot of games already. Dark Souls is not a series that I personally care about. That's why I said Darksiders. That's a franchise that I actually play. Dark Souls is not a game that I care to play. I have Bloodborne if I want to die 20,000 zillion times. And I know Dark Souls came first. Chill out. I know that game came first. I just don't care. Um, I'm trying to think of if there's any other game that really needs to come to the Switch. Batman Arkham 1, 2, like Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, and Arkham Origins. You could put those on there and I'd buy them. Of course I'd buy them. I played Arkham Asylum on Twitch. I, I'm meaning to go back and play it on, um, I think I'm meaning to go back and play it on Mixer, but I'm not 100% sure. Um, I do want to get, I would like to see that. If it could show up on the Switch, that'd be great. Um, Resident Evil 2 and Nemesis. I mean, if I could get Nemesis on the Switch, that'd be fine. I wouldn't really need Resident Evil 2. Resident Evil Nemesis port would be great. Final Fantasy 7 would be another one. Final Fantasy 8 as well. Final Fantasy 7 and 8. That would be great. Um, heard a rumor saying Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy. Personally, wouldn't matter to me. I do like the Crash Bandicoot series, but if it didn't show up, it wouldn't hurt my feelings. But I wouldn't mind seeing it because I did enjoy those games. I do have an original PlayStation, the very first PlayStation, so I'm not gonna be upset if they don't show up because I have them right here. So, but I would love to see Resident Evil 3. Resident Evil 3 Nemesis. I have this one. I have the one on GameCube. I've played it on Dreamcast. I've played Resident Evil pretty much on every system that it's on when it comes to Nemesis. I would love to see it show up on the Switch with, like GameCube graphics, if not a little bit better. I'm trying to think of. Bring the last story. Jesus Christ. Bring the last story from the Wii. Port that game to the Switch. Holy Christ. Port the last story. That game was insane. That game was so good. You could port that game over to the Switch and it'd probably sell insanity wide, like so many copies. Because I think not enough people got this game because people were not really buying up games to play hardcore like that on the Wii. This game I feel like was overlooked because of that. And it was made by Xseed. This game right here, The Last Story, is so worth the time of playing, and man, I'm telling you, there's so many original Wii titles out there like The Last Story. There's Fragile Dreams, Pandora's Tower, you know, that you could literally take those games from the Wii, not the Wii, but the original Wii, and put them on the Switch and give them a second chance for people to buy them and play them who didn't play those type of games on the Wii because that wasn't their go-to system. That was just the system they bought because of the hype of the system. Um, so I mean, that's kind of giving you a feel of what I would like to see show up on the Switch for port wise. Okay, so there you have it. I'll see you guys next time. Deuces.